versus Wolfe.
Koenig versus Wolfe. I'm Doug Wolfe with Clay Koenig. And before I let you talk, we did something spectacular Friday with Spirit of Giving, Toys for Tots. I believe we bought in over 8,700 toys, 8,700.
It was incredible. I mean, you want to talk about, Macon County doing their best all the time for the Spirit of Giving. And it's like we were at 4,000 or 5,000 toys a few hours beforehand, and then everything just started piling and coming from other areas. And I want to thank Macon County. You guys just blew it up again. You guys are number one in our hearts, no doubt about it.
Okay, I've got my green socks on because of your editorial.
I've got my red tie and scarf, just kind of trying to get in the Christmas spirit.
Your editorial's about what?
Well, I was having a conversation, and we talk about the high stresses that go on during the holidays. So I thought I'm going to take December, I'm going to have some fun. So we're going to talk about some fun things about Christmas instead of stress. Because, everybody's talking about the gun violence, and of course that's necessary when we have to talk about it. And they're talking about the war in Ukraine, the upcoming presidential election, which I think this country will not survive. That's another editorial in itself. But I talked about the Grinch. The Grinch is fun. And why is this guy so popular now? When this guy shows up for photo ops, these students just...
When people dress up like him.
Yes, yeah. All over the place. Spirit of Giving, we had 2 different Grinches show up.
Great.
They're all over the place. So what makes this guy so popular?
I think the story, though, from the original 1966 animation was the Grinch had no heart. But suddenly, when he saw little Cindy Lou Who, was that her name? Cindy
right.
Lou Who? Anyway, all of a sudden they even put a little picture in of his heart getting bigger.
Yeah.
Anyway, he went from the bad guy to the kind of the good guy at the end, even though he stole a Christmas tree and all their gifts in Whoville. And yet, despite stealing their Christmas, they still came together.
That's right. So it's a feel-good story.
It is.
Basically. And everybody has watched that.
Right.
And pretty much everybody watches all those Christmas specials on repeat. Even me, as a 55-year-old child, I still enjoy the claymation and all those old Christmas things.
God.
That are
Yeah, the claymation ones. Yes. They were horrible.
Oh, they were fantastic.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Fantastic. One of the best stories ever.
I liked it. It was just horribly animated.
Santa Claus was coming to town.
That was the 1960s, though. They didn't have the...
And that was Rankin and Bass. If I remember right, every time you would see Rankin and Bass.
Right. Now, the Grinch That Stole Christmas, the original animated version, came out in 1966.
Yes.
The voice of the Grinch?
Boris Karloff.
Who played?
Frankenstein.
In the
real
30s.
Deal. Yes, the real deal.
Yeah. And then the director-producer was Chuck Jones. And the reason Chuck Jones should be familiar, he did Bugs Bunny. He directed and produced Bugs Bunny.
Is that right?
So all those Bugs Bunny cartoons used to be Chuck Jones.
So when we see these animations and stuff like that, it's really a collaboration of all this top talent. And actually, when we come back, we'll talk more about the talent that puts us in the Christmas spirit. You're watching Koenig versus Wolfe, and today we're talking about the Grinch.
Then they came out with the movie, The Grinch, that Jim Carrey did.
That's right.
And he was phenomenal in that. I think it was like 2018 or something.
Yeah, he was.
And he talked about the hardest part being is he had green eyes, and they were putting in like contact lenses that were green, I guess.
Yeah.
He said those were painful, I guess. I saw one interview with him once, and he said that was the hardest part, was doing those contacts for so long. But yeah, he looked realistic, and he was kind of nuts in it. So.
Well, his face is built for that.
Oh, absolutely.
Overacting, that's his shtick, That's his shtick.
And we were talking about some of the other ones in the break. Frosty the Snowman. You mentioned the claymation one.
Yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Right.
The Night Without Christmas. The Year Without Santa Claus it was called. Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney was the voice of Santa Claus.
Okay.
All these stars that collaborated together.
Of the time, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I think that this has real... 100 years from now, if there's television, it's going to be on your phones or up in the air or whatever's going on, you're going to see these Christmas specials every single year.
Right. And you'll still be able to find them. You can go pull up like The Grinch Stole Christmas on... Yeah. Probably on YouTube, I would guess, Netflix or something.
The Charlie Brown special, one of my favorites.
Oh, the Charlie Brown special, that's right. I don't want to forget about that one.
Yeah, you talk about all these specials that are on every year. These kids, you don't plop the kids in front of the television, but when it's a special event like this, of course. This is the stuff that goes every year.
I forgot about Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Well, actually, believe it or not, as you know, I have triplets. They're 20 years old now. But when they were babies, I put them to bed every night with the Charlie Brown soundtrack. And I'm telling you, when that went on, those babies, boom. I'm talking 2 minutes, they're out.
They're gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
Put them to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's calming. It's relaxing. It's some of the best
We have
music
that
out
music.
there.
Don't
get me start dancing here, Doug.
I
I'll
get
start
these
dancing.
production guys to put it underneath as we talk. Huh?
Yeah, probably have to pay an extra
copyright.
fee for it. Hey, you know what? Doug will pay for that out of his pocket.
Yeah, he knows how much he pays me.
Well, look, no, this month, I think it's fun that we talk about, let's talk about something fun because, the stress for the holidays, people start freaking out. And if we can make them smile, then we're all for it.
There's a lot of things to smile about, a lot of things to be thankful for. And,
Absolutely.
Have you got your, do you set up Christmas decorations?
Yeah, as much as I can. My life is a little topsy-turvy, so it's a little crazy right now, but it should be a great holiday.
Mrs. Wolfe already has 4 Christmas trees up in my house.
Holy smokes.
They're all artificial.
Okay, well, still,
because I'm allergic to the trees, and one of my daughters.
You're allergic to Christmas trees?
I'm allergic to trees.
To
indoors.
trees?
Yeah, it'll make me cough, sneeze.
You're allergic to trees?
Yeah.
How's that oxygen level? Well, listen.
But artificial trees, hey man,
you can power through that. You can power through it. Okay, very good. Well, listen, I wanted to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas.
We're going to be here a couple more times this month.
I know. But look, I want to get everybody in the Christmas spirit. We're talking about cartoons.
Right.
Who knows what we're going to talk about next week?
Absolutely. Yeah. You find something positive to talk about next week?
Oh, I'll find plenty of positivity. I'm telling you, we had the Christmas parade.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many people at this Christmas
just mention
parade.
it real quick.
Yeah,
Christmas parade.
It was huge. There were thousands of people there. I've been at that Christmas parade before when my kids were little.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've been in it. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe. But I'll tell you something. When you're driving in a parade, I got to say, it's spooky. These kids running out for candy. I was the first one to put on the application. I'm going to throw some candy. No, you don't.
Can't do it.
No, these kids are going like this. I was very fearful.
Right.
Very fearful.
Well, you got to be very careful.
Yeah, very nervous. Yeah. Right. And they, believe me, on that parade, they get everybody hopping and they're cruising.
The key was it had a big turnout. It was very successful.
Huge turnout.
And it's tough to do that because you're doing it at nighttime in December.
Yes,
right?
Exactly right.
So,
but no, very, very happy with that. And the community should be very happy. This was a community weekend, spirit of giving, Christmas parade.
Right.
It was fantastic.
Really the start of the Christmas season.
Yeah.
Even though some of us started the day after Halloween.
True. Well, thank you, Doug.
We're done.
We are done. Thanks for everything. I appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.